What's up, guys? This is Corey, also known as QC Rideshare, just hitting you with another one. And so we wanted to hit you up with volume 3 of the Let's Talk Gig Economy Money. We already did 1 and 2, so definitely go back and check those out before you get into the third one. We had talked about the third video exclusively being about how to decide what gig is going to be best for you. And this really comes down to a lot of self-examination and a lot of honesty within yourself. And the reason why I use those terms because it's easy to say, I want to drive for Uber, or I'm going to drive for Uber or Lyft, and I'm going to do. It's easy to say that, but the actual effort that it takes, not effort, let's correct that. The actual comfort level that it takes to allow a stranger into your vehicle, to drive late at night with strangers in your vehicle who have had alcohol in their system. That's something different. So you really need to step back, maybe even ask somebody. It really takes a level of self-examination for you to come to the realization that, you know what, this is something that I feel comfortable with. And so if you don't feel comfortable doing Uber and Lyft, and I'm not going to spend too much time on them because those are the two big dogs, maybe it's time to look at some of the other ones. And so depending on your city, you're going to know what options you have. So in my city, I have, when it comes to grocery shopping, I have Instacart and Shipt. I'll be very honest with you. I signed up for Shipt solely because I had heard about it from Uber, Toya, ATL, but I wasn't really sold on the idea of grocery shopping. And when they accepted me, it was like, okay, let's give this a try. Really fell in love with the platform. Same kind of thing with Instacart. However, I had to develop that comfort level with going grocery shopping because I'm not the one in my household who does grocery shopping. My wife most of the time does that. And so it really taught me that I had to rethink the way that I viewed it, because it's not just picking up a box of cereal. I needed to be able to check an avocado and know that that avocado is ripe versus an avocado that's going to need to sit a couple of days. I needed to make sure that I knew what's the difference between a Persian lime and this other kind of, you have to know those things. And so the reality is it took me time, effort, and it actually took me some humility because I had to call my wife many a times and say, hey, where is this at? Or what's the difference between this? And it took me to realize that, you know what, this is a skill. Understanding someone's produce or grocery needs is a skill. Also, communication with that app. It's a lot of back and forth texting. And for me, I am not the best. I'm very direct when it comes to texting because I'd rather not be doing that. So sometimes I had to rephrase the things that I say, and I actually had to take a step back. And again, instead of phrasing text to the customer, I pre-wrote them down and I would copy paste them because I knew I could get the right tone when I was away from the situation. I would copy paste them so that I wouldn't make the customer feel uncomfortable by my tone that I was saying in my text. And so some of those things you really have to work out. Postmates and DoorDash, another situation. Going and picking up somebody's food is easy enough, but are you comfortable doing that at night? Do you want to go and do a Postmates order or Uber Eats order or DoorDash order at night? These are things that you really need to sit down and discuss. Also, let's talk about your vehicle. Is your car in good enough condition to hold up to the wear and tear that you're going to put on it? And I'm not talking about you're going to put a lot of miles on it. If you're doing a lot of Uber and Lyft, there's a lot of stop starting. If you're doing a lot of grocery shopping apps, then you know what? You're not getting that so much. Postmates, you're getting a little bit more. So you really need to know what kind of vehicle you have, because if you don't have a vehicle that can endure the stopping and the starting and the the wear and tear, then you might want to look at something like the grocery shopping apps that put a lot less wear and tear on your vehicle. All things to really consider. And so next time, what we're going to do is, and I think it's going to be a 4-part. Next time, what we're going to talk about is how to seek out opportunities to create a side hustle from your gig economy, economy work. We're going to hit on that one. So, a couple things before I go. I did launch a Patreon. I'm asking that if you can donate as little as 5 cents a show. a podcast, that'll be great, because what that will do is it will bring me closer to to launching a granulated weekly podcast in which we go into the deep dives of a specific industry, like the grocery shopping gigs or the delivery service gigs. Or the rideshare gigs. It might even give me opportunity to interview people who are affiliated with these companies, so you have a better idea of how they envision the company moving. So if you get a chance, my Patreon is patreon.com/ the Gig Essentials Podcast. Also, check me out on Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, or Google Play, the Gig Essentials Podcast. My YouTube page is, you can search QC Rideshare, or my Twitch page is twitch.tv/ the Gig Essentials Pod, or on Anchor FM /gig. You can check out my content there. I'm trying to put it out there so that if you're on the road or if you're at home, wherever you are, you have a way of listening, getting the information, because I think it's that important. Obviously, if you want to contact me, I'm on Twitter at QC Rideshare. Definitely anybody wants to reach out to me, definitely can. But until the next one, peace.